So we're going to state the indicated information for each function. Our first function is y equals 2 sine of the quantity x minus pi over 3. So looking at this, our amplitude comes from the first number there. It's the absolute value of 2, which is just 2. Our frequency would be the number in front of the x, which is invisible, so it's the invisible 1. The period is 2 pi over the frequency, so in this case that's 2 pi over 1, or just 2 pi. Our sketch point, remember, is the period divided by 4. Our period was 2 pi, and if we divide that by 4, we have a sketch point of pi over 2. Now a vertical shift going up and down happens when we add or subtract outside the function. We don't have any adding or subtracting outside the function. We only have minus pi over 3 inside the function, which means there is no vertical shift happening here. However, there is a phase shift. That x minus pi over 3 means our graph is going to shift to the right pi over 3. That's also a phase shift of positive pi over 3. Now something to note, if we were going to graph these on paper, our sketch point is pi over 2. So all we need to do is label pi over 2 pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi, and we'll be able to graph. However, we then have to shift by pi over 3. That means we need to be able to see what pi over 3 is. So we're going to, when we put this in the calculator, we're going to choose a scale of pi over 3 on the x-axis. That way, we'll know where we can shift. When we graph, we'll be able to just use the pi over 2 and how many boxes that is, but when it comes time to shift, we need to know how many boxes pi over 3 is. All right, let's go use our calculator. So we're going to choose graphs. We're going to enter our function, which is y equals 2. Go to the trig to get your sine. That opens parentheses. And we have x minus. Use your fraction template. Go to the pi button. Hit enter to choose your pi. Arrow down. 3. Press enter. Now we're going to go to the menu, window zoom, window settings. We talked about we're going to do our graph from negative 2 pi to 2 pi. So we're going to do negative 2. Use the pi button to get your pi. Tab, the x max is 2 times a positive pi. And tab, we said that we needed an x scale of pi over 3. So we're going to do pi divided by 3. And we can leave the y values the way they are. That's fine. And if we click OK, here is what our graph looks like, and that will help us to plot the points or so that you can check your work. There you go.